Hi there and welcome to SaltWire Today for Thursday, July 7th. I'm Scott Squires. Retired Judge Warren Zimmer, who was overseeing the Lionel Desmond inquiry, claims that the province took the job away from him just a month before he was set to deliver his report. In a letter obtained by SaltWire, Zimmer called the suggestion that he had delayed the report offensive and criticized the minister's ignorance of the complexity and need for completeness and accuracy in the process. The Department of Justice had announced Zimmer's replacement, stating that the Desmond family and the public had been waiting for answers for over 5 years. Adam Rogers, the lawyer for Lionel Desmond's sister Cassandra Desmond, who represents Lionel's estate, said Desmond is devastated that a new judge is being brought in this late in the process. Lawyers and experts, including Wayne McKay, a Dalhousie University law professor, expressed concern over Zimmer's replacement and the potential delays it may cause. SaltWire reached out to the Justice Department for comment, but had not received a response at publication time. Andrew Rankin has more on this developing story at saltwire.com. Earlier today, the 2023 North American Indigenous Games Community Canoe Relay reached its last stop. The star of the relay is the official North American Indigenous Games 2023 canoe, a stunning 19-foot Mi'kmaq birch bark creation skillfully crafted by Todd Labrador, Melissa Labrador, and their family. With the support of RBC and the Atlantic First Nations Water Authority, this unforgettable relay visited a total of 12 Mi'kmaq communities in Nova Scotia, wrapping up the 13th and final stop in Chibuktuk. With just 1 week left, the excitement is building for the start of the Games on July 15th. Halifax will be a bit more colorful this summer thanks to the second iteration of the Halifax Mural Festival. Matthew Hebert has more.
Dominic Laporte and Agnès Lebrec have been working together on mural art for nearly 8 years. Their passion for urban design has led them to work with the Toronto Raptors, Bank of Montreal, and more. Now, Co-Work Halifax on Quinpool Road is serving as their latest canvas.
So this is kind of like my ode to Halifax, I guess, coming from Ottawa. We don't really have that, we don't have the ocean, we don't have that same kind of culture of, kind of the boats in the harbor and kind of the nautical sort of vibes.
Laporte is just one of many artists from across Canada contributing to this year's Mural Festival. On Quinpool Road alone, there are 15 new art pieces, with many others scattered around the city. On Grafton Street, artists worked to catch up with time lost to rainy weather earlier this week. Halifax artist Nessie, real name Vanessa Thomas, returns to the festival after painting an electrical box last year. She says she's happy to contribute her biggest mural yet.
It's amazing. It's pretty cool. Like, you get to work alongside some great artists, like looking around and there's like these guys, I can't even start to do that. So,
The Mural Festival will have their big reveal day on Saturday, July 8th on Quinpool Road. Activities for families start at 11 a.m. and continue until 3 p.m. In Halifax, I'm Matthew Hebert for SaltWire.
The electoral district of Preston is gearing up for a by-election on August 8th, as announced today by the Nova Scotia government. Angela Simmons, who previously won the riding in August of 2021, recently resigned after an unsuccessful bid for the leadership of the Liberal Party. Now, lifelong Preston resident Carlos Simmons will represent the Liberals, Twyla Gross will carry the Progressive Conservative flag, and youth advocate Coulter Simmons will represent the NDP in this crucial by-election. Friday is always a good day to check in with SaltWire sommelier Mark Dewolf. Mark recently spoke with Good Robot Brewery's Joshua Council. Council takes a lot of pride in the beer they recently launched at the LCBO, Ontario's behemoth government-run liquor monopoly.
So Josh, working with the queer community isn't exactly something new for you. Tell me a bit about the long-standing relationship you've had there.
Sure. So that started in 2015 from the day we opened our taproom doors. We were one of the few bars and breweries that had gender-neutral washrooms at the time. And we just sort of organically attracted a lot of queer customers and frankly just customers who like to have a stall to themselves, whatever they do in there. So we gained kind of a large queer following from the beginning, and we started working with two of our most prominent customers to support Out East, which was a queer film festival in Atlantic Canada. And then from there, it was Pride sponsorship and so on and so forth. So before you knew it, we were kind of the unofficial official queer brewery of Nova Scotia, simply from patronage. And that evolved into a large customer base as well as employeeship.
Amazing. And I have to say that, you know, the times I go into the brewery, or the original, the Robie Street location, it's a really welcoming, comfortable location. So I mean, I assume part of that design of the bar was that to be welcoming. I mean, it has a very non-pretentious, open kind of feeling. I hope I'm right in the way I interpret it.
100%, yeah. I mean, from the get-go, from the university days when me and the co-founders lived together studying engineering, we were a house of misfits, one friend referred to us as, but we were basically uncomfortable in the university social scene and didn't really fit in some ways. So we had a real ragtag bunch, kind of like a nerdy Animal House going on in our neighborhood, and very much a come as you are mentality that we, 14 years or 7 years or whatever later translated to the ethos of the taproom. So camaraderie for all has sort of been at the heart of it from the get-go.
Cheers to that. For more drink tips, recipes, and foodie fun, look for Mark's content in the food and drink section on SaltWire.com. It's weather time, so let's check in with our weather specialist, Allister Aalders, who's at St. Bernard's Park in Enfield. Allister?
Happy Friday, Scott. Well, it certainly was another hot day here in much of HRM and across most of Nova Scotia. I mean, temperatures were hot, but we had humidex values in the high 30s and in some cases low 40s. So very oppressive out here, which is why it's important to, if you're outside, limit that time or seek some shade. Stay hydrated, especially if you have to work outside. Important that you take breaks because of the heat-related illnesses that this high heat and humidity pose. We have another hot day tomorrow and somewhat hot too on Sunday, but some changes to the pattern later this weekend. This evening, we'll just have a low chance of showers inland, but otherwise we're looking at mainly clear skies. Some overnight fog and low-level cloud, though, will develop. We'll see the temperature this evening near 26 degrees. Pretty nice evening if you have any outdoor plans. And then tomorrow morning, the fog patches and low-level cloud will retreat to the coast, and we can otherwise expect a mix of sun and cloud, starting the day near 17. Into the afternoon, tomorrow's high, 28 degrees, feeling like 36 with the humidex, a mix of sun and cloud. Now, directly along the coast, it does look like some low-level cloud and fog patches will hold there and then move inland as we go through our Saturday evening. And then on Sunday, the clouds and fog will be a bit more stubborn. We start cloudy with fog patches across HRM, and it looks like the cloud and fog will win the battle, I think, for most of HRM. Inland locations have the best shot at seeing some sunshine. It could peak out in Halifax too, but overall clouds will dominate thanks to a southeast wind on our Sunday. It still will be a warm day for most of HRM, 27 the forecast high, but the temperature along the coast will be closer to 20. We do see the pattern start to modify next week. We'll have more clouds in our skies and a chance of showers returning, so more unsettled next week. Temperatures also cooler, so if you do like the sunshine and the heat, be sure to soak it up safely this weekend. Have a good one. Scott.
Thanks, Allister. Before we wrap the show today, here's an important traffic update. Highway 102 North will close at exit 4C tomorrow and Sunday from 5 a.m. till noon. Duke Street from Damascus Road to Highway 102 and Glendale Avenue at Highway 102 will also be closed. The closures are in place for Highway 102-107 overpass construction. That's all for now. For more video, audio, and articles, stay tuned to saltwire.com, and you can find us on social channels. I'm Scott Squires. Thanks for spending some time with SaltWire today. Have a safe and happy weekend.
Turn off the noise. Tune in to what matters. What matters is information you can trust. What matters is the news you can use to make life's big decisions. Informed healthcare choices, casting the smart vote, or opening that business. What matters is understanding the world around you. Let SaltWire connect you to what matters with unlimited access to the information you need for only $20 for the first year. Become a member today.